Yes, so it's basically the environment that we will be covering. The students need to know before they go into using application packages.
Yes, because it is very important to get to know how to use the computer and work with basic file operations before they go for the application packages.
Yes. So after that introduction, we move on to the detailed syllabus of word processing applications, and we have allocated 16 hours. So what is the learning outcome expected?
After completing this section 2, they will be able to determine what word processing is and identify the identify the main features of commonly used word processing applications, develop skills need to work with MS Word to create, edit and print professional quality documents, and they will be able to use mail merge, which are to quickly create a large number of personalized documents, and finally they will be able to apply security settings to a Word document.
Okay, so basically all the important features are covered, and how you address these separate sections are that you give an introduction about the features first and then use an application package in order to do some exercises.
Yes.
That's right. So if we move on to the detailed syllabus for word processing applications, what are the main functionalities?
So first they have to generally study what word processing is. Next, word processing applications. Then they can practice the skills with MS Word. Then the fourth unit is about basic file operations. Next, adjusting environment settings, editing, entering text and symbols, editing text, formatting attributes for text and paragraphs, tables and cells, and like that they have to cover all the features in MS Word. Basically, how to do a documentation and print a document, set up the pages, and then the macros and security settings.
Okay, is there any purpose, like what is the purpose of having more number of hours for word processing compared to all the other packages?
Yes, compared to all the other packages, we have included 16 hours for this.
Yeah, that's right.
That number of hours are allocated because this is the first application package they will study.
That's right.
So from there, they have to get to know how to work with the environment, the working application packages environment.
That's right.
They will study how to work with the task pane, menu bars,
yes. So
the toolbars.
Since they are very similar, they will get a good understanding of what the features are, because all those features are available in other packages as well, in addition to their own other functionalities. Okay, so we will move on to spreadsheet applications, and we have allocated 10 hours for that. And what are the learning outcomes?
After completing that section 3, they will be able to determine what an spreadsheet application is and identify the main features of commonly used spreadsheet applications. Finally, analyze and interpret data using MS Excel.
Okay, so what are the features you will be focusing on?
There we will cover introduction to spreadsheet applications and getting started with MS Excel, the working environment.
That's right.
File operations, environment settings, cell entries and selection techniques, formatting and editing cell entries, basically everything that they should work with the worksheet and also workbook.
All right. Okay, so the next one will be on database applications, and we've allocated 10 hours for that. And basically we are starting with the definition of what a database is. So we are starting with the basics, and then what will be the learning outcome?
This section, after the section 4, is targeting at defining what a database is, identify the database applications for different platforms, and design and create and use database in MS Access. Then at the end they will be able to practice the skills need to work with database objects for storing, updating, manipulating and retrieving data.
Okay, so the specific features covered would be?
Yeah, they will cover what is a database, database applications, getting started with MS Access, planning and creating databases, MS Access database objects, working with tables, working with queries, and they will find forms, reports, and at the end they will be able to build a database application.
That's right. So it will be a very comprehensive course on database applications as well. So the next one, section 5, would be on presentation applications. So we know that presentations are important for any kind of job, whether you are a student or whether you are working somewhere, presentations are important today. So you've allocated 7 hours for that. So what is the learning outcome there?
Yeah, after completing this section, they will be able to determine the usefulness of presentation materials.
That's right.
Determine the appropriate designs for multimedia presentations, and identify the presentation applications built for different operating systems. Then basically they will learn how to design and develop presentations in MS PowerPoint for different needs.
That's right. So when you say different needs, it's important to identify the audience when you're doing a presentations. For instance, if it's an academic audience, though we know all the features, we don't include all these flashy features, because depending on the environment and the audience, we use only a restricted number of features. But then it's better to learn about all the functionalities in presentation packages. And what will be the features that you will be focusing on?
Yes, we'll cover usefulness of presentation materials, then design considerations for multimedia presentations, presentation applications, what are the presentation applications available, and getting started with MS PowerPoint. That is the practice environment.
That's right.
And modifying slides, adding media content, creating interactions and animations, managing and delivering presentations, and finally printing and saving for publishing for web.
Okay.